Good morning, guys. Morning. Sorry, it's really late for my review, but to be honest with you guys, I was so shattered after that game. I literally just called it a night and had to be up for work next morning, but enough of the excuses. Let's just get into the video. So, it was Watford 0, Arsenal 1, and it wasn't really a good performance, I have to say. Defensively, I will say this, it was improved yesterday. You could tell, obviously Socrates was missing, but Dino put in a little shift, but you could tell he's been out the team for a while. Say with Xhaka, he had a decent performance in the holding midfield area. It was good to see him back yesterday, but just a little bit slow, but again, just coming back off injury as well. And Koscielny, another decent game for him. I have to say, for me, probably the best defender we had yesterday. I actually saw him talking. I actually saw him trying to marshal the back line, especially when Watford were getting their free kicks from like 35 yards in and stuff like that. And Leno did well yesterday for me. He was definitely up there with one of the man of the matches today. And I think, because it was a bit hard to pick a man of the match yesterday. I think there was a lot of guys that had a decent performance, even though it weren't great. I mean, the Watford went down to 10 men and we didn't really take advantage of that, which I've got to say gives credit to Watford. I mean, losing their captain Troy Deeney like minutes after Aubameyang pressured Ben Foster enough, chased it down and literally got a foot in once he got the back pass. And you've got to say it was a horrible error from Ben Foster. I mean, he didn't even look up to see Aubameyang coming towards him, but in the end we got that goal and then go back to Troy Deeney and the red card. I mean, it's hard to say because everyone does that, but not like that to short people. And I think what it is part of movement, where you usually come in and you want to jump over and tackle someone. You know, you move your arm out, get the actions. And I think because it was Lucas Torreira, and you know how short he is, it looked bad. Obviously Torreira went down like someone got shot still. So for me, I guess in a sense, you know, many people say he lost his head. For me, it is a silly challenge because he didn't necessarily notice it was Torreira. Do you know what I mean? I think that's just part of the game. He's just gone in there, he's tried to win the tackle aggressively and, you know, forearmed him, innit? But again, that's supposed to come across the chest. But because Torreira is short, it's like he's hit his head and boom. But overall, after that, Watford started to slip a bit. Then they kept trying to fight, come back into the game. They did well, and I'm glad that Afeo was not playing yesterday because that was an extra lifeline for me because he would have tried to tear it up. But, I mean, again, we did well. We weren't clinical enough. Mkhitaryan, one of them. Ramsey, one of them. I mean, everyone just seemed a little numb, but at the same time, were we really putting in 110% out there? I don't know because, again, we got Napoli coming up this weekend. We got Napoli coming up in a week. Thursday, the big one, the second leg, the away leg, and we're going to be away and we need a performance out of the boys. So overall, if I give you an overall grade on the game yesterday before I get into the individual ratings, probably say probably about a 5 out of 10. If I'm honest, that's not too harsh. I'm just being real because again, we didn't take advantage of their 10 men. We could have done a lot more, but again, credit to Watford. They did well defensively, even though they were dropped to 10 men. So let's get into it. So we started with about 3. Of course, I'm going to give Leno his grading right now. I'm going to give Leno, I'll give him an 8. I think he did really well today. Again, like I said, defensively, I thought everyone was decent. It's just the attack that was just a letdown. So for me, Leno gets an 8. So we started the 3 centre backs. I'll start with Mustafi. He had a decent game. He didn't do too bad. You know, I mean, there was a few mistakes, but that's just Mustafi in it. But in general, he had a good game. So I'll give him a 7. Koscielny lost it for me. He done what he did. He was actually speaking, controlling the back line, like I said earlier. You know, especially down when it came to the free kicks of Koscielny. You're going to get an 8 for me. Monreal. I didn't really... No. Monreal was doing his thing. Monreal was actually trying to get forward. He was actually trying to whip balls in. A couple times he was taking long and worked short. Like, he was getting trapped out. But I think once Iwobi come on, it started to open up for him. So I'm going to give him, for that, for him actually going forward and trying to attack, I'm going to give him a 7. It could have been 8, but I think 7's fair. I think yeah, definitely. So who else? Dino Mavropanos, a bit flat today. Was making a little bit of mistakes, but he was solid, but not as solid as he could be. So given his first day back, he was probably the poorest one in defence, to be fair. But again, his first day back from a long injury, but he's been playing in the under 21s, and this is his first Premier League start. And again, because he ain't used to it, trying to think of a rating, I would give him a 6. He did okay, but he wasn't the best defender. There's a couple times where he let them in, diving into headers and stuff like that, and you don't need to be doing that, bro. Just stay on your toes, you know what I mean, and watch the game. So I think Unai had a word with him after that, because we're gonna need him again against Crystal Palace at home. So he gets a 6. Going into midfield, starting with Granit Xhaka. I think he had a good performance. Just a little bit sloppy. You could tell he's been out of the team. Of course, he's just come back from a groin injury. So overall, I think he had a decent game. Just a bit sloppy on the passing, and you know, me personally, I'm not a midfielder, but trust me, if you watch it on TV, you see so many passes, but you see him looking in directions. Didn't know if he felt he could deliver them long balls in, which he can. But I don't know why he didn't do that, and just getting caught out on his left foot. Like, there's too many times he could have just passed it with, right? But he did okay. I'll give him a 7. I think that's fair. Terrell, for me, he gets an 8. I mean, and people might say, well, I think he just gets an 8 for, because he stayed well and composed after all the Watford men were on to him after Deeney got sent off for that silly challenge. And you know, credit to Unai Emery, he had to take him off because we just got this guy back. The last thing we need for him to do is go away again in a crucial time where we need him. Even though we got it for Napoli, but the league matters too. So he gets an 8 for me. I think he played really well. This is where it starts to get a little bit sloppy for me. Ramsey, he just, I don't know, man. He didn't turn up today as much as I'd hoped. But again, Watford did well. So for Ramsey, I'm going to give him a 7. I would say 6, maybe 7. Yeah, he did okay, 7. Mkhitaryan, probably one of the poorest guys. He's going to get a 6 for me. He just wasn't good enough. He was getting into space well, but the final ball, it's like we were talking about Iwobi a few weeks ago, about his final balls. Mkhitaryan, we thought he just started to develop some confidence, but It's up and down, and he needs to sort it out, so he gets a 6. Who else was out there? I'm sure, am I missing say? Who am I missing? Who played right wing back most of it? No, Gary the Mustafa. Who was it? I feel like I'm forgetting someone. I'm not sure. But I'll grade everyone I can remember. I'm just terrible. Terrible, mate. Aubameyang, of course. I'll give Aubameyang, I'll give him an 8. He did well to get the goal. But after that, he just started... Well, I'll give him a 7, because after that, he just started going on missing again. But I think he had a good game, in a sense. In the first half, he definitely had a good game. Well, after getting the goal, he just started running around the pitch like a madman. But without Lacazette, you can see he's not there. So, with that, I'm going to give him a 7. Iwobi, I'm going to give a 7. I thought he did well. He could have done better driving forward at the defence. But it wasn't good enough. But he was putting the balls in, but no one was there. That's Iwobi done. Substitutions, for what I can remember, AZ Nathan-Niles, he gets a 7. He gets a 7. No, fuck that. He gets an 8 because we could have lost it, and he literally come just in time, made that defensive tackle, saved us. He gets an 8 for me. Guendouzi gets a 7. I thought he started to play really well when he come on. Not so much turning back, weren't sloppy on the ball as much. And definitely he looked like he wanted to push forward and drive it. And he even made it try to help Ozil out a couple of times. So definitely for me, he gets a 7. And Ozil can get... I'll get a 7 because you could tell once he came on, the game slowed down, was passing it well. But again, weren't getting in the areas quick enough. And then again, it's Watford. Do you know what I mean? You could tell Ozil had a sprinkle in the game, but yeah, that's it. So Unai Emery for me gets a 8. I felt he got it right. I thought he got the team lineup right and the formation right. He switched it around a couple of times, and yeah, he did well. So guys, I'm gonna wrap this up. Make sure you stay tuned for more videos on the channel. We talk about the Napoli game coming up this week. That video will be out tonight, and yeah, so hit me up on my social media feeds, links all at the bottom of this video, and take care, Gooners. Thanks for watching.